right, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Should be coming up here any second. Should be here. Boom! We're live. Awesome. I'm just going to Telegram real quick and send this. I'm dying. All right, so I'll wait for you guys to join up. Let me know if you can hear me, and then we will go ahead with the live stream, and I'll have so much to talk about, so much to explain. But yes, once again, Adele, always first. Adele, can you hear me loud and clear? Are we good? I know my voice doesn't sound the best, but can you hear me otherwise? Are we good? I apologize. It's I'm so sick, but I need to do this live stream because everyone is probably going to be wondering what exactly is going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, starting off with Bitcoin. Now, I quickly want to explain the current setup, what happened, how we kind of traded it, and of course, what are the expectations now for Bitcoin in general. So, number one, of course, we knew that the wick low right here was going to be at 59.9. I did mention to you guys in Telegram that if this wick low ends up breaking, then we are looking for a very nice continuation trade into the 59.4 to 59.2. I said the best case scenario, we hit that level, we lock in profits. The greatest case scenario, of course, is we end up breaking below that level with a nice wick. So you can see the second situation obviously happened. Regardless if you took the trade here, 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 or here, you were still in profit, right? So that's why I tell you guys, when you're trading on scalp breakouts, when you're trading on scalps in general, you want to be very, very careful with how you trade. You can see that right now, we saw a beautiful break structure of Bitcoin heading back into the overall support level of 59. But you have to pay attention to this. Now, this is a little bit more of a worrisome situation because you can see that the next level of support is at 58K. That's also exactly where the manipulation moves had started. That's exactly where we started the initial run up on Bitcoin. So that's where I'm looking to take some profits in general in a lot of these short positions. So that's going to be the main zone we want to pay attention to. But you can see that if the 58K level does end up breaking, right? So if we end up losing 58K, that level has been tested multiple times. The more times it's been tested, if we end up seeing a structure break though, that's where things become extremely dangerous. And that's why I want you guys to pay attention. When you are trading on Bitcoin, you want to be trading into the support levels, right? So we're trading down into the support level. So now we know that the next support level, or rather the wicks, are going to be at 58K. So all we're really going to be doing is watching this wick low right here. If this structure ends up breaking, we can enter another short down into 58K. Now the question, of course, becomes what happens at 58K? What you don't want to do is what I noticed that a lot of you guys do is you don't necessarily want to hold your trade on support. If it ends up hitting support, you are locking in your profits. Best case scenario, if it breaks support, you can obviously re-enter the trade setup for a scalp position, but you don't necessarily want to hold your trade on a swing or, of course, intraday position because you are not guaranteed that that level is going to break. You can see from previous price analysis that a lot of bears got screwed on this zone right here. We did see structure obviously hit, so obviously the first trade setup would have been shorting into 58K, which did happen. We traded into 58K. But the question, of course, becomes is whether or not we were going to see a break. You can see we actually saw 3 wick opportunities on that zone, but we didn't see a break. We saw no break structure on that zone. So that's why you have to be very, very cautious. And now you can see that the current setup right now is, of course, extremely bearish. We continue to test our exponential moving averages as resistance on the way towards the downside while using the supports, obviously, as the wick lows continue to break. You want to be very careful. Now, what I want to talk about, of course, is the overall picture because everyone keeps mentioning like, Pingu, are we in a bull run? Are we in a bear market? What is going to happen in general? What we need to understand, guys, is, of course, it's elections within a month. We need to be very cautious and you guys need to start taking your profits when you guys are trading these scalp positions. And the reason for that is the volatility we are going to see. For example, on Ethereum, the volatility we were seeing during this chop right here was disgusting. I told you guys that 2477 is the play for this chop. It did end up hitting, but you can see that it chopped both ways before it ended up hitting that take profit. Have you guys noticed we usually have very clean trade setups, like very, very clean. Like for example, today's trade setup on Ethereum was extremely clean, right? We waited for a structure break of wick low here at 2405. I said go ahead and short. It was a very nice, clean short opportunity. Same sort of situation again on wick low right here at 2350. Same sort of short opportunity into the previous wicks. But When you are leading into the elections, guys, things obviously become a lot more volatile. And you need to understand that I can't hold your hand during elections because we're going to see wicks go both ways. When I send you a trade setup moving forward for at least the next 2 or 3 weeks, or at least until elections are done, I would highly suggest you guys use a little bit less of leverage. Some of you guys are using 30, 40x. Really, slow down the leverage, because the thing is, although our overall targets will end up hitting regardless, just based off technical analysis, we are not guaranteed to have clean move sets during elections. And what I mean by that is because of the wicks that we are going to see. If you have never traded elections before, this is going to be very important and something you will probably remember for the next 4 years until the next time we have elections. What you want to be careful of is, of course, holding on to a trade based off a 50-50 vote. Whether Trump wins or Kamala wins, again, it doesn't matter to me because it's all noise. But what you don't necessarily want to do is enter trade setups based off a single bias, or, of course, just the fact that you think the trade is going to come back. I will tell you right now, during elections, that trade will not be coming back. It will not be coming back. If you are in drawdown or you are in a loss, you need to be very, very strict with when to take your profits because things can go south extremely fast. So my suggestion to you guys is for the long term, when you trade elections, it'll make more sense when we obviously trade elections, but when you are trading elections, please guys, please take your profits. I always tell you guys the same thing, and it's a very simple trade setup. I talked to you guys about this in this morning's message in Telegram, but I will explain to you in detail in the video now, and I want you guys to pay attention, okay? So look, we had the initial wick, right? So we had the first wick. Then we had the move today, right? So on this bearish engulfing candle, people always ask me, how do I know it's gonna bounce? How do I know? Why is it so accurate? Well, because look at where the wick opportunity happened. This is not by chance. This is not luck. This is simple trade setups. Look at the current trade setup. This happened to the exact penny. 23.51.66 was the exact penny of where the trade bounced. So when you are trading this zone and you notice the fact that, hey, look at my wick lows right here, right? So at 24.02, we saw a structure break. You guys always ask me, where do I take my profits? Where do I take my profits? Well, you can take your profits here. You can take your profits here. You can take your profits here. But the overall idea is you will not be going long until the overall wick support hits. So until you see the wick hit, then you can decide on candle close what you want to do. Now, assuming, again, I never recommend this, but this would be counter trading, right? So now we're in a downtrend. Now you're taking long positions here. No. What I would recommend is instead of doing long positions here, you simply just wait for the EMA retest. You can see we got the EMA retest. You could have entered a short here. But regardless of you shorting here, here, or here, the overall idea was this was one test, then the second test, and in terms of wicks, this would have become the third test opportunity. So you guys see what I'm trying to explain here? This would become the third test opportunity. And on the third test opportunity, we always tend to see a break. So that's 3 different trade styles you can do within a 4-hour candlestick, right? So you can obviously use short on the initial break, that lock in your gains on this wick low. Secondary trade, of course, is simply wait for the pullback, re-enter on the EMA. The third trade is, of course, wait for this wick low to break and enter on this wick. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's 3 styles of trading within a 4-hour time frame, and that's why I always try to explain to you guys. But you need to be cautious of yourself. You don't necessarily want to be over trading. You don't want to be hunting every single trade. Make it very simple. If you miss the initial wick, then you are entering simply on the secondary wick. If you are an aggressive trader, you can trade on the exponential moving averages. But again, they are not guaranteed to hold or break. But if you get good at it, you can definitely make a lot more money on the EMAs, because then you are pretty much riding the trade from up here at 24.18 down to the wick low of 23.40. Now that's obviously for those swing traders that like swinging. Those are the entries you want to do on the 4-hour time frame. But again, it is extremely hard. It is something that takes a lot of practice. That's why I tell you guys you are much better off trading on wicks than you are trading on actual bodies of candlesticks. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. So Are we going lower? What's going on with the market in general? Well, pretty much you can see that as of right now, even on the daily structure for Ethereum and Bitcoin, we're still trading below the exponential moving averages. I told you guys this many times, and I'll continue telling you this over and over. Look, when you are trading the overall time frame, you want to pay attention to what's going on. We can see that on Ethereum, we had a huge downtrend market, right? So we broke below the exponential moving averages, and then of course, we had the retest of the EMAs as resistance. So what does that mean? If the overall trend, and what I mean by overall trend is if the larger time frames are still bearish, and to know if they're bearish or not is simply if they continue to trade below the EMAs. If the larger time frame is still bearish, then that would mean that the overall, so the 4-hour time frames, you're only looking for short setups. There are times when we do long, but right now is not a time to be looking for long setups, right? Ideally, you just want to continue being in a short situation. The only time I said that, of course, in terms of possible long positions, but I did recommend not trading, was this consolidation zone. The reason you don't want to trade consolidations, and I'm sure it's a lot more clear to you guys right now, is because you can see, look at the sideways opportunity. On the sideways opportunity, it goes from both sides, right? It pretty much destroys longs and shorts. That's a guessing game. You don't need to guess. All you really need to do is just pay attention to where the wick low is. So right here, you can see that that's pretty much where the wick started, where the move set started. That is where it's likely to go. In order for you to get a confirmation is simply where you look for a confluence of wicks. So where you see the market testing the most in terms of a midterm support. You can see that on this structure right here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 test opportunities. If the market continues to test and get tighter and tighter and tighter, what is most likely to happen? Most likely, we are going to break. How do we know we are going to break, right? The question always comes, how do we know? Pingu, how do we know? Look, if we're trading below the exponential moving averages, so if we're still retesting them as resistance, you can see that the more times is basically like, think of it like it's getting tighter and tighter, right? So you can see the range getting tighter and tighter. And I'll show you a perfect example of this in a second. And this is something that you'll use for the rest of your life. Look. If the range we're trading below the exponential moving averages, but it's getting tighter and tighter in terms of volume, so you can see it's getting super tight here, but we're using the EMAs as resistance, that's a bearish setup. There's no reason to be looking for a long setup. It's a bearish setup. Now, if we look at Doge, you guys will probably remember this trade, but if you look at Doge, right, you can see the same sort of position happen from a long setup. So you can see that we were getting tighter and tighter, but look at the difference. We were using the EMAs as support here as we were testing the resistance. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you know how the trade setup is going to work. If we are bearish, we are simply just using them as resistance, like we saw in Ethereum. We're simply just using it as resistance. Even on Bitcoin, simply just using it as resistance. But if, of course, we are using the exponential moving averages as support, then that's a breakout trade. Now, this is something you will get in time. Like I said, I always give you guys these little tips and tricks when I do these live sessions because, again, you guys are taking your time out of the day to watch these. So this is stuff that I just do for you guys to kind of pay attention to, right? So you can see that this setup in general, obviously I was extremely sick, so I couldn't make a video. You guys know I still sound like shit, but when I was sick, some of you noticed this, and then the whale chat, you guys definitely noticed this, right? You guys were, I saw you guys mentioning in the whale chat, like, look, these are bearish setups, Pingu. I didn't say yes or no because, hey, I wanted you guys to learn amongst each other, but you can see that this area was a very simple short opportunity. We broke structure, we did end up taking this short position, and of course we rode it all the way down into the 60.7. But then the question came up, Pingu, what now? So all I did, right, in this morning was explain the trade setup. I said in Telegram, we're going to keep it very simple. If we break below these wicks, we short. And we're going to short where? We're going to short into 59.4 to 59.2. Why that level? Why that specific level? Well, if you zoom out, you will notice that is where the wick started. That's where the manipulation started. That is exactly where it's going to end. Now, the question, of course, is now that we've ended, what now, right? A lot of people are probably thinking, I'm going to short more. Wrong. Why? Because we've already traded the wicks. We've already traded. What's going to happen now is all of these traders that got caught here are now going to get squeezed back up wrecked, and then we'll probably push lower. Very rarely will you see us this extremely oversold and see another move towards the downside. And again, if it happens, great. We just short the wick again. And we will continue shorting the damn wick until we break above the exponential moving averages on the daily structure. If we do not break above the daily structure, then there's no reason to long. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's 40 of you in here. Am I making sense? Is this simple? Please tell me yes or no. Do you understand the style of trading I'm trying to give to you? It is extremely simple, guys. It's not hard trading. You don't need 40 indicators to know how to trade like this. It's simple price action. If the trade setup is not there, then please do not trade. You do not have a reason to trade. I see this time after time after time. You guys will enter a BTC and Ethereum trade. You will short it. You will make money. And then all of a sudden, we're going to go to Doge. Why? Because you want more money. Guys, that's not how it works. Just because you made 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30% on a trade does not mean it gives you the right to go do it again on a different altcoin. You guys are not at that level yet. And even though you are, we call that over trading. Set yourself up for the future so you can do this very consistently. And I always tell you guys this, look, 2 or 3% a day is a lot of money if you can consistently do it. This channel is completely free. I literally spoon feed you guys every single trade setup and I explain to you how to do it. So all you really need to do in the current trade setup is just pay attention to these wick opportunities. Now looking at the current trade, are we done with the move? No, we're not. And I'm talking about Ethereum specifically because look, the overall move is at 2305, right? So these are where the wicks are. But if you look at this confluence right here. Look at this little cluster right here, right? So now if structure were to break, how are we going to trade this? I'm going to ask the chat. How are we going to trade this? All we're going to do is we're going to set an alert for 2315, 2312. All we're going to do is simply wait for structure break, and then you guys go long. Or sorry, and then you guys go short. Wait for structure break, then you short. That's it. Very simple. Super simple trade setup, right? Wick lows, you short. Now the problem, and I'll explain to you guys this, and I talked about this in the live stream last time, but I'll talk about this again. Guys, you need to be realistic when you're doing this. And what I mean by realistic is, yes, I understand the way of style of trading we do is very profitable. Yes, but the issue a lot of you have is holding the trade for too long. When we are already oversold, so the trade setup is already oversold, and then we break the wick again, guys, you're fighting for pennies, right? Like at that point, you need to ask yourself, okay, why the hell would structure break again on the 4-hour time frame, and then we'd see another huge move? No, there would have to be some sort of pullback. Again, I'll show you a perfect example of this. And this is something you guys need to learn how to start doing. Look at this zone right here, right? So we ended up breaking structure at 24.29. The trade setup was oversold. We ended up breaking structure at 24.29. Look what happened. Market bounced on the EMAs first, then we broke. So that's why you need to pick and choose of where you are going to enter your shorts. At the current trade setup, we have a bounce right here on the EMAs. Oops, I moved my line, my bad. I messed up. Anyways, so we have a bounce on the EMAs, right? So we have a bounce and of course a rejection, and now we're heading back down towards the downside. Look at the current trade. Overall, where are the wicks pointing to? 2305. And this is a prime example of why I'm giving it to you because a lot of you made this mistake last time. I gave you guys a structure and I said, look, this is the move I'm going to play. Some of you guys took it literally. You guys, I don't know why, but I said 2305. The trade hit 20, like what is this? 2309. And you guys were like, whoa, Pingu. $4. We didn't get the $4. Guys, really? Like, the trade setup was from up here. All like it doesn't make sense to me. The trade setup was this green line. 23.55 down to 23.09, and you really held a short for $4? Come on. That's what I'm trying to explain to a lot of you guys. Like, look, when I say scalp, the levels are there for you. You are happy to take your profits when you want, but don't be greedy for $4, $5, $100 on Bitcoin. Don't be greedy. There's no reason to be greedy. Oh, Pingu, I was working. Oh, Pingu, I went to bed. They closed the trade. You're in profit, then close the trade. There's no reason for you to hold the damn trade. I don't care if you need the extra $100 or whatever, guys. It's dangerous to do a scalp position and leave it. Sometimes you get lucky. Like today, we obviously had a huge breakdown. Regardless of where you entered, you made money. Congrats. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because as we continue into elections, it's going to get harder and harder to do this in terms of wicks. It is going to be disgusting from both ways. So please, guys, start locking in your damn profits. Please, 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 please. You guys, I see it all the time. You guys need to please be aggressive. Okay. That is my lesson for today. I have a lot more to say, but let me just quickly read the chat. Okay, I'm learning. Okay, so nothing serious. Okay. Anyway, so few news articles, few giveaways, and few stuff we have to talk about. So starting off, JumpX and Fairdesk. Now, this news, of course, was a shocker to a lot of people, including me, because I didn't know it was happening until someone else mentioned it to me, and I was like, no, that's false news. Then I asked, and they said yes. So the reason why they closed down their exchange was because shareholders just pulled the agreement. Basically, they weren't profitable. They decided to close down, shut down the exchange, and the regulations were too high in terms of Canada and US. So they decided, all right, cool, we're done. So unfortunately, what does that mean for Pingu Chat for a little bit was we didn't have an exchange to trade on because a lot of us are from Canada and US and yada, yada, yada. So Blowfin reached out to me, and for the past 24 hours, that's why I've been a little bit MIA, I was testing out their platform, opening trades, closing trades, seeing how their fees were, and of course, the slippage. Now, for me, the protection is the number one thing. I've been with Fairdesk and JumpX for 2 years. You guys remember Fairdesk and JumpX for 2 years? I've been with Fairdesk and JumpX for 2 years. Now, it was pretty sad losing that partnership just because they came to me at 50 subs, but the issue was because a lot of you guys use JumpX and Fairdesk because a lot of you are banned from other exchanges. So Blowfin came in clutch. You can use Blowfin. The link is in the bio. I would highly recommend it. And the reason for that is because A, their fees are pretty much close to identical to Fairdesk and JumpX. But the biggest thing is the deposit bonus they're offering. Only because of what's going on with JumpX and Fairdesk are offering that. And I know for you in the whale chat, most of you whales have seen it. It's very large. It's a very large deposit bonus. I would highly recommend it. Just open an account and deposit only because of how large of a bonus they're giving to us. Now, use it, try it out. Let me know how it is. And of course, if there are any issues, keep me posted. I've been using it. The whales have been using it. Most people know about the exchange. They are vouched by KuCoin. So it's a great exchange. It's not like a random exchange like you don't know. It's a pretty big damn exchange, okay? So you guys can use it. It is, again, I have used it. It works well. I like it. And there's a lot they do in terms of giveaways. But anyway, so speaking about giveaways. Okay, I'm gonna, since there's how many of you? 33 of you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gift cards to give away today. 5. We're giving all of them away on stream, all 5. I'm gonna message the Telegram just because it's fair. Just one last time. I'm gonna say, give me a second. Doing giveaways live on stream now. Just so everyone can come, you know? Because some people work, it's not fair. And the rest of you are in here. You guys are good. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Everyone here? Okay. So, I'm going to make this very simple. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question. If you get the answer right, you win. You're going to be winning a $25 MasterCard. So if your country does not use MasterCard, unfortunately, it is no use to you. But otherwise, you're good. Okay, I'm going to ask a question, and then we all good. Yes, guys. Okay, Fatty, you're too much. Like, you're actually too much right now. You're way too much right now. You need to chill. I see what you guys are saying in terms of the, what's it called? I will, all right, Fatty. Like, what's it called? I see what you guys are saying, but I don't see a reason to update altcoins right now because Bitcoin and Ethereum don't have structure. When Bitcoin and Ethereum have structure, I tell you guys, all right, guys, we're talking about altcoins, but they don't have structure. So I don't see a reason to talk about it. If I'm bearish on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm bearish on everything. Okay, anyways, let's talk. Real quick, so I'm going to ask a question. First one to answer it wins. You have to message me on Telegram, and we go from there. Sounds good? Okay. First question, I'm going to put in the chat to make it fair, and then you guys will obviously first one to answer. And of course, guys, my only requirement from you is to please shoot me a like on this video. That's it. That's all I ask. Shoot me a like on the videos. That's all I want. So, all right, here we go. First question. Everyone ready? First question. There we go. All right. Question coming in. What is the largest mammal in the world? That's your question. What is the largest mammal in the world? Be specific, my friends. Be specific. Be specific. No one's specific. You have to put it in the chat. Guys, come on. All right, general winner, blue whale. Blue whale, guys, come on. Be specific. You guys should know this. We've done these trivias for so long. Okay, general has won the first one. Congrats. Message me on Telegram. Guys, come on. It's not that hard. Seriously, it's not that hard. Look at you guys. All right. Going with the next question. Remember, you have to be specific or else everyone can just send in generic. It's not going to work. Give me a second. Ooh, this is a good one. All right. This is a good one. It's a little bit harder, but here we go. All right. The question is, what geometric shape has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles? First one to answer wins. What geometric shape has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles? Chad, winner. It's a square. Square. It's always fun to see the comments. So we got Chad and General. Chad and General. Make sure to reach out to me in Telegram, please, and thank you. Chad and General. All right, so we got 3 more left, and clearly someone's dying outside with that fire truck. All right, you guys ready? I'm just going to make them harder, and I'll make them crypto related too as well. So, here we go. It's going to get more complicated as we go. Give me 1 second, friends. I'm very sick, so I'm trying not to talk too much, but okay, let's see. Sorry. I didn't mean to cough in your ears. I apologize. Okay, here's the one. Ready? What does NFT stand for? What does NFT stand for? First one to answer wins. Ooh. XC, non-fungible token. Congrats, XC. P and XC, you guys were very, very close. Very, very close, but I think it was like a millisecond off. All right. Okay, so clearly these are not hard. Damn. I'm trying to think. Okay, I got one. Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. Okay, let's try this one out. Okay, here we go. What is the symbol for gold? It has to be /USD for the answer. What is the symbol for gold? Wow. Guys, ticker. We're looking for ticker. What is the symbol for gold? Wow. There we go. Thomas with ZAO USD. Congrats. Guys, it's right here. Like, look on the screen. Like, it was right there. I was just chilling. Literally right there. Gold spot. ZAO USD. Come on. All right, Thomas. Congrats. So we got XC, General, Chad, and Thomas. All right. Last one. Yeah, Adele, you did flip it. You were close, but you flipped it. All right. This is a trick one. You know what? This is a very hard one. Okay. Good luck. Okay, I promise this is going to be hard. This is for people that have probably known me for a while. Pingu loves to collect what? It's something I've had since childhood, and I have shared it in the chat. I've shared it for a few months here and there. No. Just good luck, suckers. Oh. Guys, be specific. I'm not gonna say which one. Be specific. P got it. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Congrats, P. Guys, Pokemon cards? What do I look like? Pokemon cards. Disgusting. P, congratulations. Please shoot me a DM. And all of you guys that have won, shoot me a DM. Guys, it's not the end of the world. Listen, before you leave, first of all, I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for listening. Secondly, I would highly suggest using Blowfin. And the reason for that is, guys, I have seen what they give in terms of if you hit specific numbers. Dude, they got shit for Rolexes and MacBooks. Like, I don't know. Like, this exchange is like, in terms of giveaways, they give a lot. So I was shocked when I read it. But yes, there are a lot of prizes for the community. So again, sign up with the link and pinned. Sign up with the link and thing. And again, no VPN required. Canada, US friendly. Thank you guys so much for coming. I will obviously have more giveaways in the future for these MasterCards. They are very fun for the Telegram. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys learned something today. 31-minute mark. So that's the end of me. And Pingu, do another and give it to someone else. Why, Pete? What happened? Wait, pause. Before you leave. Hold on. Pete said he doesn't want it. Okay. Pete, you want to give it away? You sure? Last thing. Whoever left sucks. But yeah. Okay, P, are you sure? If you want me to give away, I guess someone else, I'll ask one more question. Okay. Here we go. All right, P wants to give the card away. Thank you so much, P. That's very kind of you. So last question. Here we go. Last question for $25 MasterCard. It will be personal. Here we go. If you know me. All right. What sport do I like playing? What sport do I like playing? Quick in the chat. What sport do I... Ooh. Oh, Jewel with the answer. General, you were first, but you've already won. So, Jewel, congratulations. Reach out to me for your MasterCard gift card. Again, guys, make sure it does work in your country, but if it doesn't, then I'll just give it to someone else. It was Pickleball. Guys, come on, man. You guys got to pay attention more to the Telegram chat. All right, that is all from me. I will give an updated market update as well as Doge, which I don't even know what Doge is trading at. Doge. Yeah, no, we're still pretty much same zone. Doge is actually... Okay. Real quick. Surprisingly, Doge hasn't moved, but that doesn't mean it won't. So if you're paying attention to Doge in terms of a trade, that's your line. So right there at 10.01034, a break structure of that, and we head into probably somewhere down here. So pretty good. Pretty good trade setup. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Again, Doge hasn't moved, but that doesn't mean it won't. Altcoins always move and lag behind. So yeah, just something to keep in mind, okay? Yeah, yeah, for real. Really a lot of giveaways and stuff here. But yes, please, guys, please. I am going to be... Okay, last thing, I promise. Last thing, I promise. Okay. Okay. For those of you that are new, of course, everything is free in the channel, but I'm going to be building a mentorship program. It is free. I'm going to be building with Blowfin. The only requirement is you are on Blowfin. That is it. That is the only requirement. And it will be one-on-one sessions, and I will probably most likely post a lot of education stuff on there in terms of videos. It's all free, so you're not paying anything. Just register. That's it. Just click the register button. That's it. But yeah, just want to give you guys a heads up. It'll be out in about 2 or 3 weeks max. I just want to make it a proper education because we had series 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube, but they pretty much stopped. But this way, you guys can watch it whenever you want, at any time, without going through 2,500 YouTube videos. I hope that makes sense. But yes, Blowfin. It's in the link in the Telegram. It is linked in this video underneath it. It is an exchange. Blowfin, BLOFIN. The link is in the Telegram, and once again, the link is in this bio. Click on it, open an account, and yeah. All right. Have a great day, and we will talk in probably tonight. I'm feeling better, so yeah, probably tonight. I'm not sleeping anymore, so we're good. All right, thank you guys so much for coming. Love you guys. All right, see ya.